Hello Aries, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. This could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be a situationship or someone that you've met, and you know there's a whole lot of energy there, a lot of chemistry, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. And I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. All right, Aries. Interesting. We have here, I would say one dark and dreary card, but it is very impactful. It's fear. Fear. All right. First card's the strongest. We have here responsibility, followed by mystery, power, surrender, death and rebirth, awakening, feelings and emotions, fear. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have compassion. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Aries, before, I was not reliable. I was irresponsible. But now things have changed. Time has taught me that responsibility is very important. It's a simple concept. But I do want to be more responsible going forward. I want to be able to take on that challenge. And certain things that I ignored before. I want to take responsibility for the things that I've done in the past and take on burdens on my shoulders. I also feel that this is a very special connection. This is not just a physical connection or an emotional, but there is something spiritual about this. I question the heavens, I question the stars, and I ask, why is it that Aries is in my life? Why right now? Why not before? Why not long ago? Are we meant to be together? Are we supposed to be together? Sometimes when you're not there, I can smell your scent. And I can feel your presence, even when you're not there. Also, in my dreams, everything feels so real, knowing that you are in it. But it's also a familiar feeling that I have. It's as if I've known you from before. It's so familiar, and it feels like home. I do know that in this connection, you have power over me. You may not know this, you may not even notice this, but you do have power over me. This power, it makes me feel powerless. I also know that in this connection, I have felt and I do feel weak in the knees, emotionally vulnerable. Not only that, but you tempt me a lot. You just being you. I also know that in this connection, there's this feeling that I have where there's a sense of belonging. I belong to you and you belong to me. I've surrendered my mind, my heart, and my body to you. And sometimes I know I can be very difficult. But at this point, if you lead, I would follow. Everything that happened before was wrong. Moving forward, I want to make things right. Death of the old and a rebirth of something new. Before, the road was very rocky. There was a lot of hurdles, obstacles. But moving forward, I am planning and I'm hoping to have a second chance where you will be with me. And this time, I will be the more mature one, the one who has the ability to fulfill your wishes, to be that one who's responsible. I have awakened and realized that in this connection, so much has changed. I no longer see things the way I once did. I now see things from your perspective. Knowing what I have put you through, knowing what you have gone through, I see things in that way from your perspective. Putting myself into your shoes, seeing things from your lens. I do know that in this connection, even if there is this feeling of a spiritual connection, and even though you make me feel weak, I do have feelings and emotions for you. They run deep. The feelings I have, they are quite strong. For me, through the dark tunnel, you are that guiding light, the torch that keeps me warm, but also shows me the way. For me, you are also so fragrant, just missing you, missing the scent of you. I also feel that in this connection you are very sweet, like nectar. But there's a part of me that also is a little cautious. But I'm willing to take the risk, even if this connection is dangerous and forbidden. So much has happened, and I have changed. I realize now that the feelings that I have, they have transitioned into fear, paranoia, anxiety. When I think of you, when I think of this connection, I become nervous. My hands, my palms get sweaty. Sometimes my legs feel a little shaky. I feel nervous. But there is also paranoia. And I feel that once upon a time I may have been that person that seemed very confident, but I am no longer confident. I'm not that person anymore. Now I am that person who has lost that confidence. I don't have any self-esteem. And also, back then it may have seemed as if I was very secure, as if I know it all. But no, that has changed. The truth is, I am very insecure. In this connection, there is this sense of compassion. And this compassion comes from me realizing what I've put you through. The things that you have gone through. What I had to put you through. I do know that I've done you wrong, but I want to make things right. I do acknowledge, by having that empathy, sympathy, and compassion, that the things that I have done to you have truly had a negative effect on you. But I want to be different going forward. Even though that scares me, the things that I did, and the feelings and emotions that I have, that also scares me. Me surrendering to you, that also scares me. At some point in time, I have also realized that maybe I'm just not worth it. Perhaps I'm worthless, and you deserve better. For now, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. I question why you are in my life. And the answer I still don't have. But I do know one thing. That I don't want to lose you. And I want to have a second chance. All right. Aries. A lot is going on here. There is some transition. Your person of interest has realized a few things. They are nervous. They are afraid. But they do not make a move. They do want to hear. This person really has, they've reevaluated the situation. They are thinking, how do I reach out to my Aries? So some of you may be interested in a past life reading. I do past life readings. Please have a look on my website. Read the description before you place an order. Also, for some of you who are new, I have another channel called Asnointia Audio. The videos there are absolutely free. It is also on YouTube, and you'll see some there that you may find interesting and relatable to this particular reading. One is called Past Life and Spiritual Connections. The other is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. So hopefully if some of you look into it, maybe you'll find it useful, maybe you'll find it helpful. It also talks about what and who are twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners, other relationships, and other sort of spiritual connections that do exist. I've mentioned that. All right. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. So with this deck, for those of you who are new, I like to go a little bit into the past, the history in this lifetime between the both of you. And this is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate for everybody. So we have here Three of Coins, and the Six of Arrows. Okay, so things were going great. Aries, things were accelerating. They were increasing over time. They were becoming more promising, but then something happened and something changed. And you noticed a difference in the way this person started behaving. What happened? This is for some of you that never received that closure. This person could have ghosted you. They could have abandoned you. They could have faded over time, and the communication's hardly even there. So what happened? This is in the past, but it could be that your person of interest is still going through this as well. Now, I do read this in the reverse, but this is set in the past. Three of Coins and the Six of Arrows. Let's have a look. The Three of Coins here talks about not really wanting to build, not really wanting to manifest or construct. One of the reasons here, it talks about rechecking plans for expansion. Are they even practical? Time to confer with those who may be more experienced. There was an inability to manifest materialistic goods and business success. Cooperation was needed with others in order to construct a venture, a building. This could be working on a project together, working on a connection together, buying things together, assets, property. So it does talk about building, manifesting, and construction, but this person didn't want to do that. One of the reasons why was that when they had made these plans with you and when they had fantasized and thought about these things, what they failed to do is see the practicality of it. They did not see the reality. How are they going to do it? When are they going to do it? What is plan A versus plan B and C, right? Certain things happened and this person really did not look at all of the nitty-gritty details. That's the problem here. They actually should have this time around. But it talks about plans for expansion. Are they even practical? No. So what did this person do? They ended up going to others to ask for advice because they did not have the right knowledge. They did not have the skill or the knowledge. So instead of thinking about it and doing that guesswork, they actually wanted to talk to people that have been there, done that, people who have been experienced in certain ways for certain things. And here, that's what they did. Why? Because they themselves were not wise. They did not know the proper answer. So this is something that your person of interest did, and some of you may feel that perhaps they should not have been talking to other people, but the only reason they did this is because they felt that they were being kind of pinned to a corner, not by you, but circumstances, and they needed to find a way out. They needed some advice. Here we also have the Six of Arrows. All right, let's have a look. The Six of Arrows, it talks about a lack of movement, not really wanting to transition. This was supposed to be a transition that went smoothly, but it didn't. New knowledge should have been gained in order to help one move beyond the current limitations that they had. The difficulties should have become less, but they were not. Detachment was needed to better understand a situation. Here it also talks about more understanding of a situation is needed before it can be changed. It even talks about delays. This could even be some type of travel delay. Travel delay or progress. Delay in progress is what I'm seeing. So things were to move forward. They just didn't know. They were afraid that they may do something wrong. We are dealing here with somebody that may have seemed that they were great at planning. They may have, quote, seemed, right? That's the issue here. They were not good at planning. They were not being very logical or practical or realistic about it. They may have just been all talk, foof, that's it. That's a problem. So that's exactly why they decided to talk to other people to figure out what they're doing. What are they doing wrong? Can they fix this? How can they be better at what they do? And with this card here, the Six of Arrows, it also talks about that lack of movement, but also wanting to move on because the situation has become so confusing. I'm getting the word convoluted. And this is also why they wanted to move on. So avoiding the situation. That's what I'm seeing here. Certain things may have happened in this connection where your person of interest, they may have been very avoidant. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. All right, let's have a look. We have here the Knight of Cups, followed by the Empress. After that, we have Justice. The Moon. Knight of Wands. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Not a bad spread of cards, but we do have here the Moon, so that is a little concerning. We have here, Aries, the Knight of Cups. This is a beautiful card to have. If you had a romantic connection or an attachment with somebody where you may have had a crush on this person, it appears if that person had left, then this is a return from the past. So somebody that you have had a crush on, somebody that you have loved, that has been gone for a while, is going to return. So here, this is a return from the past, a welcomed return from the past. And then we have here the Empress. So this is interesting. Let's just go back for a second. The Knight of Cups, this also talks about somebody who acts youthful, but not too immature, okay? So you are dealing with somebody here who is not a king, not a queen, but somebody who's a knight, right? So this person's not a page. Well, that's a good thing. They are bolder than a page. And here we have them reaching out to you, coming into your life with this cup of love. And they're trying to carefully balance this cup of love on this horse. But the point of this card is that they want to make you an offer, and they are trying to be very gentle, very soft, even very graceful when they enter your life. Now let's move over to the Empress. This person views you as the perfect mate, the perfect individual, the divine feminine versus the divine masculine. Here we do have the feminine aspects, but this talks to me, not only does it have to be a female, but it can be a male that has feminine energy. We all do. And this person thinks of you as a long-term thinker. A long-term thinker, a go-getter, somebody who has plans for the future, somebody who is stable, abundant. There's growth, prosperity, freedom involved with this. We also have here growth in the sense it could be children, it could be pets, plants, but some type of growth. So it is quite inspiring, the type of connection that exists right now. This is very inspiring. Now we also have here the Justice card. Interesting. With the Justice card, it does talk about how in this connection, it may have appeared that things were not equal. There was no equal give and take. It was all just one-sided in the beginning. But then things changed. And now there is this desire to have an equal give and take. Here with the Justice card, it does talk about how this person feels. That they just kept taking and taking, and you just kept giving and giving. But They realize that now, and that there was an unequal balance. It was not balanced. But now, moving forward, they want that balance. We also have here the moon. Interesting. Wow. So this reiterates they want justice and they want to make things right. Why? Question mark. Because of lies and betrayal. Yes. So the lies and betrayal, I do see here, it comes through in this way with the moon. Certain things have happened that were in the dark, in the shadows, and they were not expressed. It was not talked about, so that becomes an issue. But there is a realization here that what needs to be healed, what needs to be fixed, is the situation where this person actually did things behind your back, in the dark, in the shadows, and it actually did cause problems. We have here also the Knight of Wands. All right, so the Knight of Wands, it does indicate your person of interest. They may be very fiery, but this is also somebody who is very compulsive, impulsive, and aggressive. What I'm seeing here is that they do not want to lose you. However, one of the reasons why they're coming back into your life and they are rushing, it's because they feel a special connection with you that is physical but also has a lot of passion with love. So that's the difference here. You do have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So you have Cups and Wands. I do see here a lot of love, but a lot of passion as well coming from this person's side. The overall arching theme, now, even if this person may have, Aries, betrayed you, they may have lied to you, deep down, you are their wish come true. They do wish for you. They want to manifest you into their life, and they know that when you are with them, they emotionally feel 100% fulfilled. That's something they love about this particular connection. All right. So I do see here a realization that they have done something wrong. They want to make things right. And that's probably also why they want to take that, quote, responsibility. In the beginning, I believe you did have responsibility. And they want to take responsibility because before they were not responsible. You may have depended on this person, and they may have been somebody who's so unreliable. You couldn't really rely on them. You couldn't depend on them. You couldn't trust them. Yeah. And so because of the things that happened in the past, moving forward, remember you had the Death and Rebirth card. Moving forward, this person now wants to change. But they want to change for the better. The only thing is, Aries, I'd be a little careful because this person also talks to other individuals about this connection. Now, not everybody is going to give good advice. Not everybody is going to give non-biased advice. Somebody may even be jealous. Somebody might want to spread some rumors. So there's a lot of different people, and this is for you, but cross-watcher, right? Even you, you are, and probably you have been, because of certain doubts. There's no harm in talking to individuals and getting ideas and learning more. You could also read books, watch some videos on relationships and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, go with what the gut feeling is telling you, because that resonates with you and your person of interest. You're the one that knows your person of interest the most, so follow that gut feeling. Nobody else can feel that for you, right? There may be certain things that are just so subtle, and only you know it. Other people wouldn't. They wouldn't sense it, they wouldn't feel it. They don't know that part. So it's important to definitely make sure you keep an open mind. You listen to everyone, but you do what it is that you think is also right, with a little bit of logic, but also keep that love in there. All right, Aries, I have here Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right, so these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. First card, the strongest we have here, no, with an exclamation mark, no. Followed by recovery. After that, we have wait. And we have here within the next few weeks. Now, sometimes the next few weeks could also be the next few months. We have here get more information. Yep. For some of you, there may be certain scenarios that you've never really gone through before, you haven't experienced before. And so then it also becomes important that you either get more information or you just talk, there you are, or you ask for help from others. So I am seeing here a theme where the both of you, this may be new for some of you, and for others of you, you may have already gone through similar situations, so you do know what to do in certain situation. But some of you are very new to these feelings and these emotions. There's no harm in talking to certain people that you trust, that you know, and telling them about any sort of issue that you may be going through. Here we have no. Okay, recovery will occur. However, you will have to wait. So this is interesting. Some of you may have found that there is a little bit of a misalignment. You may not notice it, but it's usually between your mind, body, spirit, and your soul. And physically, you can maybe feel it, but it might be triggered by something else. So here we do have the recovery card, and that's really good because that does show me that there is going to be recovery. And that's very important because health is wealth, health is happiness, right? If you don't have your health, can't do much. Right after that, we do have wait, followed by within the next few weeks. Now, this is interesting because this does talk about how there is going to be recovery, but there's a waiting period here, and things take time, right? Everything is going to happen in divine timing. It will happen when it's supposed to happen. We also have here within the next few weeks or months, there will be that sense of recovery. And this will improve not only the mind, body, spirit, and the soul, but overall, even everything around you is going to start to shift because you're going to be radiating this positive energy, this brand new energy, like a reboot to your system. We also have here get more information. Now this could be from friends, family, books, blogs, certain other platforms online that you can go on and have a look at the threads, and people have written certain things and you can join in on the conversation to learn. Videos, things like that related to the situation that you have encountered. This could, for example, be what's the best investment these days? If you want to settle down with somebody, are you going to get a home, an apartment, right? A condo, a house? What is it? Are you going to get something together? Maybe property. There's certain things that are I'm seeing materialistic. It's related to resources and money, assets, and investments for some of you. And it's important for you to know what you're getting into, okay, before you take any steps. I would recommend here, because you did get the card, ask for help from others. Talk to people that have actually been there, done that, but the people that you know that actually care about you genuinely. We also have here, take action when it'll be perfect timing. Now, you're not going to know when the timing is. Let me rephrase that. You are going to know when the timing is right, but it's not going to happen when you thought it was to happen. Here, perfect timing is divine timing. It's supposed to happen when it's supposed to happen, not when you think it's supposed to happen. So that's the issue right there. We can have the ingredients, we take time, we make the cake, and then we have to wait for it to rise. If we open the oven, the cake will start to sit from the center. It will not be a proper cake. Not many people can have that. And there's no cheating where we slice it up and turn it into biscottis. So here, everything does take time. And this is going to take some time, but it's a matter of waiting. Now, we also have here the overall arching theme. Ask for help from others. So ask for help from others. This is, in fact, a suggestion because certain things may have happened. Now remember, there was the Three of Coins before, and your person of interest was also going behind the scenes, maybe asking some people, friends or family members, people that do care about them. And they're not doing this to embarrass you or to demean you in any sort of way. They're just doing it simply because they had no clue. Now the same thing here. Not everybody knows everything, right? There's always somebody that knows a bit more than we do. This is the thing. Ask for help from others because there are certain things about this connection, about the future, that you need to learn how to plan. But you can only do that if you have the right sort of mentors, right? Or the people that care about you that can just give you some advice. And if you ask, then you will receive an answer. Aries, that's your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do read the comments as much as I can, and I do try to reply as much as I can. Sometimes I can't get to all of you, but you guys know I try my best. And with the grace of God, there's so many of you now. I wanted to just kind of quickly go over this card. Some of you may be going through some energy, that's energy, trauma energy that may be stuck inside of you. And this is not anything to do with Reiki. In fact, I'm surprised that I even get Reiki masters and shaman that come to me to help them get rid of negative energies. That's, for me, that's like the highest compliment, honest to God, and it does help. So the method that I have, one of the packages that I sell on my website, the link is below. The website is www.asnointia.com. Go to the rates and packages section and you will see a package there that is called the Chakra Checkup Package. That one I have created to help you get rid of negative energies, to create more peace and harmony in your home and your life overall. So I do have the ability of having a look at negative energies that are in your home. I do this remotely, that are in your home, around your aura, that are hovering and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. This is energy mixed with energy, but I teach you how to filter that out. So these negative energies, they do tend to create obstacles and problems for us. And there is a way of gently removing them, getting them out of your life. When you do this, you are able to manifest what it is that is written in your book of life. There will not be obstacles. Whatever is owed to you karmically will come to you. And when I say book of life, the book of life that is written by God. We all have different stories. And yes, sometimes they do change because the devil throws in a monkey wrench, and then the angels, the celestial beings, they have to get together. They have to rewrite our stories. But that's exactly it. Sometimes I talk to you guys about having, or being that squirrel, and there's multiple branches on this tree, right? So there's different outcomes because of the decision that you may make right now, today. Maybe tomorrow you make a different decision. The outcome will be different. Only God knows the full outcome. But you have a choice. You can either be with this person or you can also move on. Because of this recovery card, it is a little concerning. Some of you probably should not be in this connection, especially with the lies and the betrayal. And some of you, you may want to give this person a second chance, which is why you have the death and rebirth card, right? So in that particular package that I have, it does help you get rid of negative energies. Now, this also includes removal of black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, hexes, curses, evil eye. If you feel your home is haunted, if you feel there's any type of negative supernatural entities or anything like that, that's kind of creepy, it does help you harmonize the home and gets rid of all of that. And it only is done through the power of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as well as the angels in heaven. That's all it is. It's a very simple method. And it works. I do have the Holy Light package, which is similar. However, that does not have, it does not include a reading from me. So the chakra checkup one does include that. So have a look. If you feel that it's something that you're interested in, you can definitely place an order. Some of you do ask me, do I do love readings? Yes, I do. So the one I have available right now is a PDF plus an audio recording. And there you get a lot of information, and it's written as well as the audio. Some of you may want to know more about this person and maybe even want some closure. If you feel you are obsessing over this individual, if you feel that you cannot let go, most likely this is a spiritual connection, meaning you guys are either soulmates, twin flames, karmic partners, maybe even more. But these are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most strongest. And the package that I have, which is the past life package, on a rare occasion, it is possible that it's not set in the past. The time and the place can vary. But those are anomalies. It's only like 4% where it has not been in the past. It's been in a different timeline. Please do read the descriptions before you place any orders so that you know exactly what it is that you're going to receive. Now, I also have my other channel, Asnointia Audio, some videos there you may find helpful. One of them that I just recently uploaded, that is letting go and moving on. And it's 2 parts, but some of you may need to see that to understand why it's hard to let go, why you can't let go, and moving on, why it's important and why sometimes we cannot. I've gone into a lot of details in those 2 videos, and I've used examples that are the cases and the readings that I do for people. So things that people have gone through are real life examples. I hope some of you find that helpful. On that channel, the videos, by the way, are absolutely free, and they're mostly audio recordings, so you can just go about your business, do whatever you need to do in your home or wherever you are, shopping, grocery shopping even. Just hear what it is that I have to say. You don't have to see the images, but I hope they are helpful. So some of them are on relationship-related advice. One playlist I have fully dedicated to spiritual and spiritual connections. That is what is a twin flame, soulmate, karmic partners, past lives, and that sort of thing. And I also have one that I created a while ago that's on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove such things from your life. And once they're gone, then you feel a little better, if not a whole lot. All right, Aries, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you all again. Thank you so much for your support, your encouragement. And I know sometimes I have uploaded these a bit late. In all honesty, I do create the video well in advance. However, there have been some issues with the platform that we've been using and with some changes, some recent changes. So there have been some technical issues that I've had to deal with. I'm not really so tech savvy, but hopefully, fingers crossed, going forward, things will become a bit more normal as they used to be back in the day. Hopefully that'll get better. All right. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all again. You take care. Stay safe. Bye now.